Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pada video kali ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang paket tracer, configuring PAP and CHAP Authentication. Di sini terdapat addressing table. Kemudian langsung saja ke background. In this activity, you will practice configuring PPP encapsulation on serial links. You will also configure PPP PAP authentication and PPP CHAP authentication. Part 1. Review routing configuration. Step 1. View running configuration on all routers. While reviewing the router configuration, note the use of both static and dynamic route in the topology. Step 2. Test connectivity between computers and the web server. From PC and laptop, ping the web server at ini. Both ping commands should be successful. Remember to give enough time for STP and EIGRP to converge. Part 2. Configure PPP as the encapsulation method. Step 1. Configure R1 to use PPP encapsulation with R3. Di sini terdapat perintahnya. Kemudian step 2. Configure R2 to use PPP encapsulation with R3. Enter the appropriate command on R2. Step 3. Configure R3 to use PPP encapsulation with R1, R2, and ISP. Enter the appropriate commands on R3. Step 4. Configure ISP to use PPP encapsulation with R3. A. Klik the internet cloud, then ISP. Kemudian masukkan perintah ini. Exit the internet cloud by click back in the upper left corner or by press Alt left arrow. Nanti ini gunakan klik kembali ini. Kemudian step 5. Test connectivity to the web server. PC and laptop should be able to ping the web server at sekian. This might take some time as interface start working again and EIGRP reconverge. Part 3. Configure PPP authentication. Step 1. Configure PPP PAP authentication between R1 and R3. Note, instead of using the keyboard password as shown in the curriculum, you will use the keyword secret to provide a better encapsulation of the password. Masukkan perintah ini pada router 1, kemudian masukkan perintah ini pada router 3. Step 2. Configure PPP PAP authentication between R2 and R3. Repeat step 1 to configure authentication between R3 and R2, changing the usernames as needed. Note that each password sent on each serial port matches the password expected by the opposite router. Step 3. Configure PPP CHAP authentication between R3 and ISP. Enter the following command to ISP. Di sini terdapat perintahnya. Kemudian enter the following command in R3. Di sini juga terdapat perintahnya. Kemudian yang terakhir yaitu step 4. Test connectivity between computer and the web server. From PC and laptop, ping the web server at 209.165.202. Both ping commands should be successful. Remember to give enough time for STP and EIGRP to converge. Langsung saja kita ke router 1. CLI enable configure terminal interface serial 0/0/0 encapsulation PPP authentication PAP send username R1 password S.Kom username R3 secret class. Kemudian router 2 CLI enable configure terminal interface serial 0/0/1 encapsulation PPP authentication PAP send username R2 password S.Kom exit username R3 secret class. Kemudian router 3 CLI enable configure terminal interface serial 0/0/0 encapsulation PPP authentication PAP send username R3 password class exit. Kemudian masuk ke interface serial 0/0/1 encapsulation PPP authentication PAP send username R3 password class exit. Kemudian masuk ke interface serial 0/1/0 encapsulation PPP authentication CHAP exit username R1 secret S.Kom username R2 secret S.Kom username ISP secret S.Kom. Kemudian kita masuk ke ISP-nya dengan cara klik internet, kemudian ISP CLI enable configure terminal, kita ubah namanya menjadi ISP, kemudian username R3 secret S.Kom interface serial 0/0/0 encapsulation PPP authentication CHAP. Selesai, kita lihat nilainya sudah komplit. Sekian, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.